A woman is doing her makeup, but when she opens her mirror, a masked butcher is standing right behind her. She doesn't notice and keeps applying her lipstick. The butcher is already right there. Then she spots bloody footprints all over the floor and freezes. Terrified, she calls out for her boyfriend. No answer. She rushes to shut the door. And the body on the ground is her boyfriend. She still hasn't noticed the butcher creeping up behind her. She reaches for the phone to call the police, but the line's already been cut. The butcher attacks. When he pulls off his mask, he realizes the woman isn't quite dead yet. He stands there watching. Suddenly, a hand reaches in from the side. From the look on his face, this is clearly an accomplice. The woman is still struggling when a third person appears. It's the director. This whole thing is a movie set. The power suddenly cuts out, so the crew decides to wrap early. But Billy realizes she forgot a prop. Since she's mute, she signs a quick message to her sister and heads back to the set. Just as she's about to leave, she finds she's been locked inside. Then she notices a light flicker on in one of the studios. She quietly sneaks over and peers in. A man is overpowering a woman, binding her hands. He pulls back the sheets and grabs a knife. Billy realizes this isn't a scene, it's a real murder. Panicked, she turns to run but accidentally knocks over a coat rack. A tape slides under a table. Billy bolts upstairs. She spots an emergency exit and punches through the glass box to grab the key. The sound of shattering glass draws Jack's attention. As he gets closer, Billy ducks into a room behind her. Jack notices blood on the broken glass and knows someone saw what he did. Just before he walks in, Billy slips behind a curtain. Jack spots blood peeking out from the bottom. He creeps toward it and rips the curtain open, but it's just a shoe rack. Billy has already escaped through the back door. She's about to head downstairs when she sees Mike coming up. She shoves the key in her mouth and squeezes into the elevator shaft. Through the gap below, she watches Mike approaching. She looks up. The killer is at the door, hand reaching for the handle. At the very last second, Billy locks it from inside. Mike moves on, suspicion cleared. After half an hour of climbing the walls, Billy's strength is fading. She falls backward and grabs onto a rope, but the key slips from her grasp. She inches down the rope, then prees open a metal grate. The moment she drops down, Jack walks in carrying a body. She has no choice but to hang upside down from the wire mesh. The key gets swept up with the garbage bags. Just when she can't hold on any longer, Jack turns and leaves. Billy climbs down into the garbage pile to search for the key. Suddenly, another bag drops from above. Mike notices something off down below and shines a flashlight. Billy buries herself under the trash just in time. In the beam of light, she spots the key. But when she climbs back up, the door has been locked from the other side. Mike returns to dump another body. Billy presses herself into a corner, gripping a metal bar. Once he's gone, she races down the stairs trying to get out. Then the killer flips on every light in the building. She's spotted. Billy reaches the second floor emergency exit and unlocks the security door with the key. But Jack catches up and shoves her over the railing. Dazed on the ground, she watches the killer closing in. Just as Jack is about to finish her off, Billy's sister shows up. She couldn't reach Billy and came to the set looking for her. Right as Billy fell from the second floor, Jack pins Billy down and plays it cool, telling the sister to go call an ambulance. But as the sister turns to leave, she catches a glimpse of pure terror on Billy's face. She rushes back and sees Jack holding Billy down. She shoves him off. By now, the sister's boyfriend and the security guard have arrived. Billy signs frantically, telling her sister about the murder. Police arrive to investigate. Everyone's focused on pulling the film from the cameras, and nobody notices Mike lurking behind them. Billy sees something's off with him, but she's deaf and mute. All she can do is sign desperately. Mike grabs the director and slams him against the wall. There's a scream, and the director is covered in blood. The cops draw their guns and take Mike down, but the director is completely unharmed. Mike quickly explains it was a prop knife and a blood pack. Everyone relaxes. If they believe Mike, Billy is in serious danger. Luckily, she has one more piece of evidence. She leads everyone to the garbage dump. The police empty the bags and find clothes soaked in what looks like blood. After a taste test, they announce it's ketchup. With nothing to go on, the police leave. After everyone's gone, the security guard starts locking up, but his dog senses something and wanders off. He goes looking for it and finds a skull inside the boiler. He stumbles backward in shock and discovers the dog is dead. Mike appears and sends the guard on his way. The two killers hand a recording over to a mob boss, but the boss tells them if there's an eyewitness, the deal is off. Meanwhile, an agent tracks down the two cops from earlier. He's been hunting an underground organization that produces real snuff films. Billy is the only witness who survived in years, and she's in danger. Billy is in the shower when the doorbell rings. She goes to the door but sees no one through the peephole. She puts the chain on and cracks the door open. Mike appears out of nowhere, jams his foot in the gap and rips the chain off. With no other option, Billy throws open the curtains to get the neighbor's attention. Mike is already inside. He yanks out the phone cord and pulls the curtains shut. Billy hurls something at him, but he charges in. She smashes through a window and makes it to the living room. Mike crashes straight through the glass. Billy kicks him square in the face and scrambles to her feet, but Jack is blocking the front door. She retreats to the bathroom. Just as the lock is about to give, she manages to bolt it again. A knife blade punches through the door. Mike smashes a hole with his fist. Through the gap, Billy sees him getting ready to break in. The second he pushes through, she yanks the door open. Mike slams headfirst into the wall and collapses into the bathtub. Billy grabs a hairdryer and tosses it in. Mike goes still. She makes it outside, but Jack cuts her off. They're after a disc that slid under a cabinet. The actress from that night is dead, and the disc has vanished. They think Billy has it, but she has no idea what they're talking about. Just as Jack moves in for the kill, he drops to the ground. The agent has arrived. They step into the elevator heading for the ground floor, but the indicator light blinks. The agent knows the organization is right behind them. They get off at the 4th floor instead. Outside, they jump in a car, but there's already a tail on them. The agent keeps pressing Billy about the disc. She's about to write down the address when a voice on the car radio asks if the disc has been found. She starts doubting who this man really is. Billy grabs the steering wheel and jerks it hard. The agent pulls over. She seizes the moment, slaps handcuffs on him, and locks him to the steering wheel. She barely makes it a few steps before spotting a killer lying in wait ahead. She cuts across the road with the killer right behind her. Just as he's about to strike, the agent plows into him with the car. Billy has no choice but to give back in. She tells the agent where the disc is. They arrive at the studio, but the organization's people are already there. Billy grabs the disc, only to be seized from behind by a killer. But the killer tosses the disc to the agent. Billy realizes she's been played. The agent raises his gun and swings it at Billy, but it's the killer who hits the ground. Meanwhile, Billy's sister arrives at the apartment. Through the radio left behind, she picks up Billy's location. When they get there, they see the agent walking Billy toward the exit at gunpoint. The sister tries to stop them, but they've already stepped outside. Billy finds herself surrounded, trapped again. On the mob boss's signal, the agent fires. He holds up the disc, and the gang clears out. The sister completely loses it and tackles the agent, but then Billy opens her eyes, stands up, and reveals the prop strapped to her body. The whole thing was a performance for the gang. The agent loads the captured criminal into a car and prepares to leave. Billy catches the terror on the criminal's face and realizes the car might be rigged. She signs frantically to warn the agent. He jumps out just before the explosion and walks away unharmed.